Every sunrise places a question before you, and your answer shapes the direction of your life. Will today be another ordinary day, or will it become the day you begin building an extraordinary future? The distance between an average life and a remarkable one is rarely measured by talent or luck. It is measured by the decisions you make when no one is watching, the standards you set for yourself, and the determination to keep moving when others choose to quit. The road to success is not hidden. It is walked one habit, one decision, and one disciplined action at a time. Anyone can dream about a better future, but only those who consistently act on those dreams ever experience it. Great achievements are not born from wishful thinking. They are created through focused effort repeated day after day. The first and most important step is mastering your mindset. Before you can change your income, your career, or your circumstances, you must change the way you think. Every success begins in the mind long before it appears in reality. Your beliefs become your choices become your habits, and your habits eventually become your destiny. History is filled with people who refused to accept the word impossible. They faced criticism, rejection, and failure, yet they remained committed to their vision. While others focused on limitations, they searched for solutions. They understood that progress belongs to those who continue believing after everyone else has stopped. Think of your mind as a fertile field. Every thought you entertain is like a seed placed into the soil. If you constantly feed your mind with fear, excuses, and self-doubt, those thoughts will eventually grow into barriers that limit your potential. But when you plant confidence, discipline, courage, and optimism, those same fields begin producing opportunities that once seemed out of reach. This is why protecting your mind is one of the most valuable investments you will ever make. Pay close attention to the conversations you have with yourself. The words you repeat internally become the beliefs that shape your reality. Replace every limiting thought with a stronger one. Replace every excuse with responsibility. Replace every fear with purposeful action. Your future is not determined by the challenges standing in front of you. It is determined by the mindset you bring to those challenges. The moment you decide to control your thoughts instead of allowing your thoughts to control you, you begin taking the first real step away from an average life and toward a future filled with possibility. The words you repeat to yourself become the blueprint for the life you create. If your inner voice constantly says, "I'm not ready, I'm not good enough," or "I'll probably fail," your actions will begin to reflect those beliefs. Long before failure appears in the outside world, it takes root in the conversations happening inside your own mind. Now imagine replacing those thoughts with a different question. Instead of asking, "Why can't I do this?" ask, "What is the next step that moves me forward?" That single shift changes everything. Your mind stops searching for excuses and starts searching for answers. Every challenge becomes a puzzle waiting to be solved instead of a wall that blocks your progress. The greatest achievements in history all began with an idea that someone refused to abandon. Before businesses were built, inventions were created, or dreams became reality, they first existed as a clear vision in someone's imagination. What made the difference was not perfect circumstances. It was the courage to believe in a possibility long before anyone else could see it. Train your mind to become your strongest ally. Fill it with knowledge that expands your thinking. Read books that challenge you to grow. Spend time with people who encourage excellence instead of settling for excuses. Protect your attention, because whatever repeatedly enters your mind eventually shapes your character. Take a few moments every day to picture the future you are working toward. See yourself achieving your goals. Imagine how you will think, act, and feel when you become that person. When your vision becomes clear, your daily decisions begin to align with it. The future you repeatedly imagine gradually influences the choices you make in the present. Support that vision with words that strengthen your confidence. Remind yourself each day that you are capable of learning, adapting, and overcoming obstacles. Confidence is not something you are born with. It is something you build through repeated action and consistent belief in your ability to improve. Do not run from difficult moments. Welcome them as opportunities to become stronger. Pressure reveals your character, but it also develops it. Every obstacle teaches a lesson, every setback builds resilience, and every challenge prepares you for greater responsibilities ahead. The people who achieve extraordinary success are not those who avoid hardship. They are the ones who grow because of it. Never underestimate the power of gratitude. A grateful mind notices opportunities that a negative mind often overlooks. When you appreciate your progress, your abilities, and the people who support you, you create a mindset that is focused on abundance instead of scarcity. Gratitude strengthens hope, and hope fuels perseverance. Always remember this: the quality of your future is determined by the quality of your thinking today. Master your mind, and you begin to master your life. Once your beliefs, actions, and vision move in the same direction, success stops feeling like a distant dream and starts becoming the natural result of the person you are choosing to become. The greatest advantage you will ever have is realizing that your future is not controlled by chance. It is shaped by the decisions you make every single day. Every thought you encourage, every habit you repeat, and every action you take becomes another step toward the life you are creating. The moment you accept full responsibility for your future, you reclaim the power to change it. Step 2. Set goals that challenge your potential. Most people never discover what they are truly capable of because they aim only for what feels comfortable. They choose familiar paths, avoid uncertainty, and mistake safety for progress. But extraordinary lives are never built inside a comfort zone. They are built by people who dare to pursue goals that demand growth. Choose goals that stretch your abilities. Your vision should inspire you, but it should also require you to become a stronger, wiser, and more disciplined version of yourself. If your goals ask nothing new from you, they will never lead you anywhere new. A meaningful goal is more than a wish written on paper. It is a commitment backed by consistent action. Every great accomplishment begins with a clear destination, but it becomes reality only through daily execution. Large dreams often appear overwhelming until they are divided into simple, achievable steps. Focus on today's assignment instead of worrying about tomorrow's finish line. Imagine building a magnificent cathedral. No one places the entire structure in a single day. It rises one stone at a time, each carefully positioned with purpose. Success follows the same principle. Every focused effort, every completed task, and every promise you keep to yourself becomes another stone in the foundation of your future. One of the greatest mistakes people make is waiting until they feel motivated. Motivation is temporary. It comes and goes like the weather. Discipline, however, remains steady. It keeps moving even when excitement fades. The people who reach extraordinary heights are not those who always feel inspired. They are the ones who continue working after inspiration disappears. Create routines that make success inevitable. Protect time for your most important work. Repeat the actions that move you closer to your goal until they become part of your identity. Excellence is not an occasional performance. It is the result of habits practiced with consistency. And don't fear ambitious goals. If your vision makes you a little uncomfortable, you are probably moving in the right direction. Growth always asks you to leave behind the familiar before it rewards you with something greater. Every challenge is an invitation to discover abilities you never knew you possessed. Remember this: the size of your future will never be determined by the size of your dream alone. It will be determined by your willingness to act on that dream every single day. Take one step today, then another tomorrow. Over time, those ordinary steps will carry you to an extraordinary destination. Fear has stopped more dreams than failure ever could. The difference is not that successful people feel less afraid. They simply refuse to let fear make their decisions. They understand that every meaningful opportunity comes wrapped in uncertainty. When your heart beats faster before taking a bold step, don't mistake that feeling for a warning. Sometimes it's a sign that you're standing at the edge of your next breakthrough. Failure deserves a new definition. It is not proof that you should quit. It is proof that you had the courage to try. Every setback carries information. Every disappointment teaches a lesson. Every obstacle reveals a better way forward if you're willing to pay attention. The people who eventually succeed are rarely those who never fail. They are the ones who learn, adjust, and continue moving while everyone else gives up. Choose one goal that stretches your imagination. Make it large enough to inspire you, yet clear enough that you can identify the next action. Then stop worrying about the entire journey. Win today. Repeat tomorrow. Great achievements are built through thousands of ordinary moments of consistency. Step 3. Develop unshakable self-discipline. Discipline is the promise you keep to your future self. Anyone can work hard when they feel excited. The real test comes on the days when enthusiasm disappears. Those are the moments that shape your character. Success is earned by people who continue taking action after the excitement fades. Think of discipline as a compass instead of an emotion. Emotions change from day to day, but a compass keeps pointing in the right direction. When you build your life around daily standards instead of temporary feelings, progress becomes steady and dependable. Every habit you repeat is casting a vote for the person you are becoming. Skip your commitments often enough, and you strengthen procrastination. Honor your commitments often enough, and you strengthen confidence. Character is not built in dramatic moments. It is built through small decisions repeated over and over. Start with simple promises. Wake up when you plan to. Finish the important task before reaching for distractions. Keep your word to yourself, especially when no one else is watching. These small victories create momentum, and momentum creates transformation. Protect your environment with intention. Remove distractions that constantly steal your attention. Fill your space with reminders of your goals. Spend time with people who challenge you to become better instead of encouraging you to settle for less. Success grows faster in an environment designed for progress. Accept that discomfort is part of the journey. Muscles grow through resistance. Wisdom grows through experience. Confidence grows through action. Every time you choose the harder but more meaningful path, you become stronger than you were yesterday. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. It has never existed, and it never will. The only opportunity guaranteed to you is the one in front of you right now. Take responsibility for your choices, your habits, and your future. No one else can build the life you want. One disciplined day may not seem extraordinary. But hundreds of disciplined days, stacked together with patience and purpose, create extraordinary results. That is how ordinary people build remarkable lives. Step 4. Surround yourself with excellence. Your future is quietly shaped by the people, ideas, and influences you allow into your daily life. Every conversation, every book, every mentor, and every habit either lifts your standards or lowers them. Choose an environment that constantly reminds you of the person you are determined to become. When excellence becomes your daily influence, excellence gradually becomes your identity. Step 4. Choose the people who shape your future. One of the biggest decisions you will ever make has nothing to do with money, business, or talent. It is the decision about who gets a place in your everyday life. Human beings naturally absorb the attitudes of the people around them. Listen to enough excuses, and excuses begin to sound reasonable. Spend enough time with people who believe every dream is impossible, and before long your own dreams begin to shrink. This doesn't happen overnight. It happens quietly. Your standards slowly adjust to match the standards of your environment. What once seemed unacceptable becomes normal. What once inspired you begins to feel unrealistic. Without realizing it, you start living below your potential. Now imagine the opposite. Picture yourself surrounded by people who refuse to settle. People who wake up with purpose, honor their commitments, continue learning, and view every obstacle as an opportunity to improve. Their habits challenge your habits. Their discipline raises your standards. Their belief in what is possible expands your own vision. Success grows faster when you place yourself in an environment that expects excellence. Remember, your circle is larger than the people you meet face to face. Every author you read, every mentor you follow, every educational podcast you hear, and every meaningful conversation becomes part of your personal environment. Feed your mind with ideas that stretch your thinking instead of content that wastes your attention. Find people who are already living the qualities you admire. Study how they solve problems, manage their time, communicate with others, and respond to setbacks. You don't need to copy their journey, but you can certainly learn from the principles that guide it. At the same time, be intentional about protecting your energy. You cannot build an extraordinary life while constantly surrounding yourself with negativity, gossip, and endless complaints. Choose relationships that encourage growth, honesty, and accountability. The right people won't simply make you feel comfortable. They'll inspire you to become stronger. Never underestimate the influence of your environment. Every day it is either pulling you closer to your goals or quietly pulling you away from them. Step 5. Turn intention into immediate action. Ideas have no power until they are put into motion. Many people spend years preparing for a life they never begin. They collect information, make detailed plans, watch countless videos, and wait for the perfect opportunity to appear. But perfection is an illusion. If you wait until every condition feels ideal, you'll spend your life waiting. Action creates clarity. The first step rarely feels comfortable. You may not know exactly what you're doing. You may feel uncertain or unprepared. That's completely normal. Progress has always belonged to those who were willing to begin before they had every answer. Think of an airplane leaving the runway. It doesn't reach its destination in a single moment. It gains speed, lifts off, and adjusts its course throughout the journey. Success works the same way. Your first action doesn't have to be perfect. It simply has to move you forward. Decide today what matters most, and take one meaningful action before this day ends. Make the call. Write the first page. Launch the project. Learn the new skill. Have the difficult conversation. Whatever your next step may be, take it with confidence. Momentum is built through movement, not hesitation. Every action strengthens your confidence because it proves that you are becoming someone who follows through. Your future will never be determined by the number of dreams you imagined. It will be determined by the number of dreams you had the courage to pursue. So stop waiting for certainty. Stop waiting for perfect timing. The opportunity you've been searching for may begin with the decision you make today. Take action. Stay consistent. Keep learning. Refuse to quit. When vision, discipline, the right environment, and relentless action work together, average becomes your past, and extraordinary becomes your new standard. Step 5. Turn your vision into action. A dream has no value until it becomes a decision, and a decision has no power until it becomes action. Too many people spend years preparing for a life they never begin. They keep learning, planning, and waiting for the moment when everything feels certain. But certainty is a luxury that success never promises. Progress belongs to the person who is willing to move before every answer is revealed. Don't let fear convince you that you need one more course, one more book, or one more perfect plan. There comes a point when preparation becomes procrastination wearing a smarter disguise. The bridge between where you are and where you want to be is not built with ideas. It is built with action. You don't have to see the entire staircase to take the first step. Start with what you have. Use the knowledge you already possess. Improve as you go. Every successful entrepreneur, athlete, inventor, and leader once stood exactly where you are now, facing uncertainty and wondering if they were capable. The difference is that they refused to let uncertainty become an excuse. Action creates experience. Experience creates wisdom. Wisdom creates confidence. And confidence opens doors that fear could never unlock. There will be moments when you make mistakes. Accept them. There will be moments when things don't go according to plan. Learn from them. Every obstacle carries a lesson that makes you stronger, smarter, and better prepared for the next challenge. The only real defeat is refusing to continue. Ask yourself one question before this day ends. What is the single action I can take right now that my future self will thank me for? Then do it. Make the phone call you've been avoiding. Write the first page you've been postponing. Begin the project you've been talking about for months. Take the walk. Build the business. Learn the skill. Start before everything feels perfect, because perfection has never been the starting point of greatness. Remember the 5 principles you've learned today. Master your thinking, because every achievement begins in the mind. Set goals that demand growth instead of comfort. Practice discipline until it becomes part of your identity. Choose an environment that raises your standards instead of lowering them. And above all, become a person of action. Your future is not decided by luck. It is shaped by the choices you repeat every single day. Every disciplined decision is another brick in the life you're building. Every courageous step moves you farther from the ordinary and closer to the extraordinary. Years from now, you'll either look back with pride because you acted, or with regret because you waited. That choice is being made today. So don't wait for a better moment. Create it. Your next chapter begins with the decision you make right now. If this message spoke to your heart, don't let it end here. Make today the day you stop waiting and start becoming the person you were meant to be. Remember, your future isn't created by one giant breakthrough. It's built by the small decisions you make every single day. Choose discipline over excuses. Choose courage over fear. Choose action over procrastination. Those simple choices, repeated consistently, have the power to transform your entire life. You already possess more potential than you realize. The only question is whether you're willing to unlock it. If you found value in this video, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next lesson on success, discipline, wealth, and personal growth. Share this video with someone who needs a reminder that it's never too late to change their life. Thank you for spending these moments investing in yourself. Until next time, keep believing, keep growing, keep taking action, and never settle for a life that's smaller than your potential. Your future is waiting. Now go out and create it.